A 420-foot, 110-mile-per-hour absolute nuke to deep right center field at the Rogers Center. That was the sound of the Toronto Blue Jays officially turning the page on the Bo Bichette era. And let me tell you, the new chapter looks absolutely terrifying for the rest of the American League. Kazuma Okamoto has arrived, and he is already proving that the front office's massive off-season gamble might just be the masterstroke that defines our postseason push. When Bo Bichette packed his bags for Queens in free agency, signing that massive deal with the New York Mets, there was a collective gasp across Blue Jays Nation. How do you replace a guy who hit .311 with a 483 slugging percentage last season? How do you replace the face of your franchise's left side of the infield? The answer, it turns out, was a 4-year, $60 million contract handed to a Japanese superstar who is stepping onto Major League soil and immediately showing the entire AL East that he is built for the bright lights. Let's look at the raw numbers from this opening weekend sweep over the Oakland Athletics. Okamoto went 4 for 12, drawing 2 walks and launching that majestic opposite field home run. But it's not just the box score that has the media and the fans buzzing, it's the way he's doing it. ESPN's David Schoenfield put out a piece on Monday that perfectly encapsulates what we are seeing with our own eyes. Schoenfield noted Okamoto's elite ability to shorten his swing with 2 strikes. We saw it on Friday night. A 2-strike, opposite field, single to right that sparked the game-winning rally. That is situational hitting. That is professional hitting. That is exactly the kind of grinding, relentless at-bat quality this lineup desperately needed. For years, we watched Bo Bichette spray the ball all over the field, but we also watched him chase. We lived and died by his aggressive, free-swinging nature. Okamoto brings a completely different profile to the middle of this Toronto lineup. He might not hit .311 like Bo did, but the on-base percentage, the walk rate, and the raw, game-changing power are going to more than make up the difference. We are trading a few singles for a lot more walks and a lot more balls leaving the yard. And in the absolute bloodbath that is the AL East battle, you need guys who can change the scoreboard with one swing while maintaining elite plate discipline. Now, let's dive deep into the roster geometry, because this Okamoto signing didn't just replace a bat, it completely rewired our infield defense. With Bo gone to the Mets, where, ironically, he's playing third base despite never playing it in the majors, the Blue Jays had to shuffle the deck. And honestly, the defensive alignment we are rolling out right now looks incredibly sharp. We have Andres Giménez sliding over to shortstop. Giménez is a platinum glove caliber talent, and putting him at the premium position anchors the entire dirt. Then you have Ernie Clement, who has earned every single inning he gets, taking over at second base. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is locked in at first, of course, and that leaves the hot corner for Kazuma Okamoto. There were questions during spring training about how Okamoto's glove would translate to the speed of MLB turf, especially the fast track at the Rogers Center. But so far, he looks incredibly poised. He's making the routine plays, his arm plays perfectly across the diamond, and he is allowing Giménez and Clement to form one of the most dynamic double play combinations in the American League. Looking at the roster moves today, you have to give credit to Ross Atkins and the front office. Every Jays fan knows that the front office has taken a lot of heat over the last few years. But let's look at the financials here. The Mets backed up the Brinks truck for Bo Bichette, paying him more than double what Toronto gave Okamoto. By letting Bo walk and pivoting to the international market, the Blue Jays secured a middle-of-the-order run producer for $15 million a year. That financial flexibility is exactly why we were able to build out the rest of the roster, bolster the bullpen, and keep the rotation intact with guys like Kevin Gausman leading the charge. And we cannot ignore the cultural and atmospheric impact of this signing. The media pulse in Toronto right now is electric. Sportsnet and TSN are running Okamoto highlights on a loop, and the vibe on Twitter and X is pure euphoria. The Blue Jays haven't had a major Japanese star of this magnitude before. The influx of international media, the new fan base waking up at all hours in Japan to watch Blue Jays baseball, it brings a completely different energy to the ballpark. When Okamoto stepped to the plate this weekend, you could feel the anticipation. It's a different kind of buzz. It's the feeling of a global superstar arriving and immediately delivering on the hype. Think about what this does for the veterans in the clubhouse. George Springer, Vladdy Jr., Gausman, these guys know that the window to win is right now. When you lose a core piece like Bichette, there is a natural anxiety that creeps into a clubhouse. Are we taking a step back? Are we retooling? Okamoto's immediate success completely erases that narrative. It sends a message to the clubhouse that the front office went out and got a certified killer to help them win a World Series this year. But let's keep our feet on the ground for a second. It's a long season. Pitchers are going to adjust to Okamoto. The AL East scouting reports are going to find his cold zones. The real test is going to come in late May and June, when the league has a book on him and he has to make his counter adjustments. Can he lay off the high fastball? Can he handle the elite sweeping sliders from the Yankees and Orioles bullpens? Based on his two-strike approach and his willingness to use the opposite field, I firmly believe he has the baseball IQ to make those adjustments. He isn't a one-dimensional pull hitter. That 110 mph blast to right center proved that he can let the ball travel and still hit it out of the biggest parts of the ballpark. In my opinion, the early verdict on the Kazuma Okamoto era is a resounding, undeniable success. The Blue Jays took a massive calculated risk, letting a homegrown star walk and replacing him with an international free agent. But when you look at the plate discipline, the raw power, the defensive fit at third base, and the financial flexibility it provided, this looks like the move of the offseason. If Okamoto continues to provide this level of production, bridging the gap between Vladdy and the rest of the lineup, Toronto is in phenomenal shape for a deep October run. This is exactly the kind of spark this franchise needed. The vibes are immaculate, the lineup is deep, and the Rogers Center is rocking again. What do you guys think about Okamoto's explosive start? Is he the missing piece we needed to finally conquer the AL East? Drop a Go Jays in the comments below and let me know your thoughts on the new look infield. If you want relentless daily coverage of everything happening with our Toronto Blue Jays, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We are grinding all season long, bringing you the hard truth and the deep analysis you won't find anywhere else. See you tomorrow, Blue Jays Nation.